Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. One of my favorite things on the planet is race car driving.
And I believe one of our guests that we're about to interview actually taught you how to race car drive.
They did, on an actual racetrack with an actual real race car.
Very nice. Well, Tony Morris Jr. and Lawrence Howlett are teammates and race car drivers, and they're with us on location at TBC Indoor Racing in Richmond. We're going to trade some paint with the boys and see who comes up on top.
Let's go.
So why not on the hottest day of the year yet, get our two guests to put on their fire retardant suits. You guys comfy?
Yeah.
Great here.
Safety
Beautiful.
first. Lawrence Howlett and Tony Morris Jr., of course, they are on the Seattle Tool Racing team. Gentlemen, how are you?
Great.
I also want to point out that I'm standing up on a curb as well, because if I don't, that's what happens right there. Tony, great to see you again, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
You're about to leave for Edmonton. You won the race in 2007. How'd you do last year?
Last year we finished second overall with Performance Racing as well, and we're really excited to be going back there this year with Seattle Tools and Performance again. And this car sitting behind us, this beautiful black beast here, is a brand new Steve brought by Performance. 550 horsepower.
Okay, 550 horsepower, for those that may not be doing the math there. How fast can this thing go?
What do you think, Laura?
Well, it'll do 200 miles an hour, 300 kilometers an hour. So, you know, given the appropriate track, we'll probably hit 170 in Edmonton at the end of the straight, miles an hour. Yeah, things come at you pretty quick at those speeds.
Now
It's
tell
good
us
fun.
about some of the modifications on your cars here that you have for
First
this
of
kind
all,
of race and this
favorite
kind of
modification
speed.
right there, the lights.
Yeah, those headlights are functional. Yeah, no.
They don't
Your
cast
head.
a very bright beam, though.
It's as we talked about last year with the car previous to this. It is a fiberglass body. Basically, if you took this body off, it's a bunch of tubes, which are put there both for you know, holding the suspension and holding the engine in and what have you.
Look
but
at the
also-
tires. What kind of
Yeah.
tires are those?
They're Goodyear race slick.
550 horsepower motor. How much does this thing weigh?
2,450 pounds, and you know, so that makes it really light. It's about the weight of a Honda Civic.
So
and
you have to have some things working with you to keep this on the ground,
Absolutely.
like quite literally.
You know, the great thing for Junior and I is we've got our crew chief this year is Roy Gangdahl, who is 3 years with Roger Penske in NASCAR and 2 years with Chip Ganassi as Juan Montoya shock absorber guy.
they kinda know
So
what they're
he's
doing?
dialing these babies in, and
using their Seattle tools to do it.
yeah, the whole shop is full of Seattle tools now, and we're very happy about that. But what they've done is it's basically a tube frame that's as stiff and strong as can be, and all they're concerned about is keeping those tires stuck to the ground and the driver safe in the event something goes wrong.
What do these buttons do?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got your fuel pump button, your ignition buttons. You've got a variety of fans and such that help keep the car cool. You've also got tail lights
Sorry,
as well.
cool for you guys or cool
No,
for
keeping the
engine?
car cool.
Right, yeah, no, nobody,
Damn about us.
No,
nobody cares about you guys being cool.
No.
It should be in the neighborhood of about 120 to 130 degrees inside the car during the race. And in these suits, it gets pretty darn warm.
So are you guys have two cars in the race?
Yeah, we have
Identical.
exactly sister cars with Seattle Tools and Invus, so we're pretty excited
So
about that.
how much of this, I mean, you always hear about this in racing, that idea of teamwork, but I think people don't really, and I know I don't, you know, it sort of seems every man for himself, but how much?
Absolutely huge. You know, you look at the Canucks or any sport that's a team sport, and we all have a pretty good understanding of that. We're nothing without a car that performs properly, and that's a crew that can dial the thing in so that it works well. You get to the track, and you've got to learn a track. Last year was my first time running in Edmonton. Junior took me around the track, said, well, this is what gear I'm running here, this is what I'm doing here and here, and that brings me up to speed quicker and allows me to perform better. And so, you know, this year we're hoping that we can be, you know, 1, 2, 3 with performance racing.
Now you guys have your race coming up in Edmonton, of course, but you have a charity event in September. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we're really excited that we're coming back for the second annual, actually it's now called the BMW Store. Children's Charity Grand Prix.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
Rocky
where I
Alley.
bought my car.
Yeah, there you go. Out at River's Edge Raceway, we raised $30,000 for the BC Children's Hospital and the Children's Wish Foundations last year. We've added another charity this year called Steve's Dream, and we're going to be out there again. We got $10,000 prize money as we did last year.
Can we fire this bad boy up?
So I've just got to get myself some oil pressure here. There we go. We got the oil pressure so we can get the ignition on and get ready.
But one thing that we definitely like to do before we go racing is we like to do a little bit of go-kart.
Yeah, you want to race?
Yeah, well,
You guys
know,
want to throw down?
I figured seeing as we were down here at TBC, indoor karting.
Let's do it.
If we get beat, are you guys okay for heading for Edmonton and
Yeah.
racing?
Yeah,
for
I
us
love
next
Edmonton.
weekend? That'd be
I love Edmonton.
I'm
have a
sure
decibel
no one
seat,
would notice if we traded places.
Blonde hair flowing from my helmet. That's
Yeah.
Is my bear showing?
A little bit of pressure here for Mike to perform. I brought you my lucky red gloves.
okay.
Those were the winning gloves, OMP gloves that I was wearing during the 07 Indy.
This means I'm Junior's guy. No, we're not. Like his choice to win is what it is. All right, Tony's got some advice for us. What's your advice here?
Well, I would say, seeing as it's your first time here, your best bet is to really try to go as fast as you possibly can right off the bat.
Okay.
This is when I die.
We're going to the front, baby. We're going to the front. We hit him already.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.
We are the champions, my friend.
Relinquish my ride in Edmonton.
Thank you, Tony and Lawrence. They will be racing at the Edmonton Indy July 24th through the 26th. Sports Car Club of British Columbia will be presenting a charity event at September 19th at the Mission Raceway if you want to go support.
And head out to Richmond and
Oh,
try
that was
out a
fun.
little bit of racing. It is.
I'm not going to lie, that was really
It's
fun.
really fun. We're going to take a break, and up next, we will be joined by Jeff Dawson, record producer, to talk about a great fundraiser that the Vancouver music community is putting together. You can buy memorabilia from AC/DC, Metallica, Brian